Hi, my name is Ashley, and I've been HIV positive for 18 years. I was in college when I found out. Even prior to that, when I was 16, I was sexually abused. I didn't know how to deal with that. And because of not having the support I needed to get through that, I dealt with it in a way that I didn't know how to deal with it. So I ran to the same thing that hurt me, which was men and sexuality. And shortly after a period of time, I was in college and I donated blood, and they tested me for a number of different diseases, and they came back and they told me that I was HIV positive. I thought my whole life was over. I thought I would not be able to have children. I thought nobody would love me, accept me. I struggled at that point to love and accept myself. And I felt like I was very alone in this world. I felt people were gonna be ashamed to be next to me, to be with me. I felt like I was walking with the bubonic plague. I was grateful enough to have some good support as far as friends and family. When I disclosed, they were really supportive. But I was able to reach out for the help and support that I needed. But when it came to my romantic relationships, it always took a turn for the worse, because I always thought I had to accept whoever accepted me because of my HIV. And that took me down a really slippery slope. I, married somebody who just, because they would marry me. And subsequently enough, it led me to my second divorce. And even with that divorce, I gratefully had a child who was HIV negative, and I was so grateful and found the semblance of happiness. And then life happened that my son's father had mental illness that was not properly supported, and because of his mental illness, he hurt our child. Our child at 9 months, I found out that my son was physically abused by his father, and the scars that was there, 3 down one arm, 3 down the other, and on his face and his body, it broke me. I never thought that I would ever be able to bounce back now from being a single parent and doing this on my own financially and mentally. And I went to a familiar place and used my sexuality to gain some sense of control. And I got into a relationship with someone who was active in his addiction, and that addiction became my addiction for 2 years. And only by the grace of God, I was able to get out of that relationship. And thank God I still had my son with me. And there was a time when I really didn't know where I was going to be or what would come of my situation, but I kept on reaching out for support and help. When I was able to recognize that I needed more support, I found a 12-step program that could help me with my addiction. I found healing support from clinicians. I developed over time a full toolbox of tools that when I needed it, it was there for me. And it still takes a slew of clinicians between my doctor, psychologist, psychiatrist on a daily basis to help me be able to live life. But I'm grateful today that I get a chance to live life.